fromage, massage. And welcome to Déchiffrer des Lettres, a little rêve français to get the imagination firing. And taking us for a small trip down the Seine with paper and pen, Mademoiselle Lily Serna.
Hi, Richard.
Do you have a favourite bit of France?
That's easy. It's got to be Bordeaux. I spent a big chunk of time in Bordeaux studying when I was about 22.
Yeah. And did you get a chance to explore?
I did. I did all sorts of exploring, including a bike tour around the region, which took me a few weeks, and I went from town to town, winery to winery.
Winery to winery. They called you Wobbly Wheels Serna. Yeah. Welcome, Lily. And Monsieur David Astle. Hello, David.
G'day. How you going? Hola.
Isn't it amazing how the French language has such an influence on the English language?
Oh, oui. No, in fact, it's suffused the dictionary. There are obvious French phrases like enfant terrible, which is something that I heard often, usually described my way. But even words like tartan and toast we've talked about have French roots, and beef and bacon.
I love the way it goes back the other way sometimes, and you have an English word that becomes a French one, like le weekend.
That's right, or le windsurfer, that's exactly right.
Welcome, David.
Thank you.
Ready to do some ruminating tonight. Our contestants now, starting with our carryover champion, secondary school maths teacher, Colin Schneer. Welcome back, Colin.
Thank you, Richard.
Now, you have always been very keen on maths, haven't you? Even since very early childhood.
Yes, there is a family myth that my parents, when I was 4, used to get me up to perform acts of mathematical calculation at dinner parties.
When you were 4?
Yeah, it may or may not be true, but I have always enjoyed playing with numbers in my head since the earliest days.
Well, actually, it's interesting because I remember, Lily, you mentioning a long time ago now that on family car trips, instead of playing I Spy, you'd do mathematical calculations.
Yeah, that's just what we did. We did times tables, and I think the first person to get it wrong, they were out or something like that.
The family that adds together stays together. Colin, we wish you luck tonight.
Thank you.
And tonight's challenger is primary school teacher Alice Wheeler. Hello, Alice.
Hello.
Now, primary school teacher, last week actually we had a battle between primary school teacher and secondary school teacher, which of course Colin is. Where Colin likes to get his students to do mathematical competitions, you get your students to do, well, perhaps more conventionally creative things.
Yes, I absolutely love doing textiles, anything with fabrics and sewing. Generally, the students don't have much chance to do it, so they find it really exciting and new and interesting.
And maybe not quite so competitive, but very satisfying.
Yeah.
Great to have you here tonight. So please welcome both of them, Colin Schneer and Alice Wheeler. So we begin this primary-secondary battle with the letters game, where a 9-letter word, of course, is going to earn you a very handy 18 points. Colin, carryover champion, you know what to do.
Hello again, Lily.
Hi, Colin.
Could you please give me a consonant?
I certainly can. L.
And another?
D.
And one more?
W.
And another?
R.
And one more?
N.
And a vowel, please?
A.
And another vowel?
E.
And one more vowel?
I.
And a consonant to finish.
And last letter, S.
First thinking time. How did you like those first letters, Colin?
I'm going to call a 9, but I may well be wrong.
Oh, okay, that would be a very exciting beginning. Well, hang on to that. Maybe a full Monty. Alice, what about you?
Oh, I was happy with my 8. But
I think you'd be very happy with an 8. Most people would. Let's start with that.
Swindler.
Swindler, great 8. Colin.
Draw lines.
Draw lines. Oh, that is a risky one, David.
Yeah, I'm certainly drawing breath on Colin's behalf. Let's have a look. Draw lines. It's a great punt, but is there reward? Draw draw knife, draw... No listing, I'm afraid, Colin. So draw lines, cannot award. But the Master of Applique has shown real application. It's a wonderful 8. Swindler is there and Islander. Well played.
So, great start for Alice. Bad luck to Colin, but Alice, 8 points. Well, primary leads the way after the first round, but let's have some more letters now. Alice.
Can I have a consonant, please?
Sure. Let's start with C.
And another one.
R.
And a vowel, please.
E.
And a consonant.
F.
And another one.
T.
And a third.
S.
And a vowel.
I.
And another vowel.
A.
And I'll finish with the consonants.
And last letter, G.
Here's the clock. How many that time, Alice?
6.
Colin?
The same for me.
Let's start there.
Gaster, G-A-S-T-E-R.
Now, that's an interesting word, but Alice, what was your 6?
Crafts.
Crafts. Well, that's
Appropriately.
no surprises there, but David, you're heading for the dictionary.
I am, just to double check Gaster. In fact, to check Gaster. And alas, Colin, there is no listing here of Gaster in here in the Macquarie, so cannot award it again. Crafts, no surprise there, Alice, a solid 6.
And what did you find here?
O for an O, Richard. If that last letter had been a vowel and an O, there was factorise and factories, an old favourite. Found an 8, however, and that's frigates.
Frigates. Nice find, but well done to Alice, 6 points. Now, Colin, for this next round, we want you to imagine that you've just been woken up by Dad, who said, we've got a dinner party downstairs and I want you to come down and perform one of your really good numbers tricks. And now's your chance to demonstrate, but you have to choose the numbers first.
Oh, you don't want to hear what language I'd use, but I'll have 2 and 4, please, Lily.
Thanks, Colin. Too large. Too large?
Yes, please.
And 4 small. And starting with the small numbers, 5, 6, 10, 7, and the too large, 150. The target to reach is 799.
Thank you, Lily. Let's chase it. Well, I don't know whether they gave you more than 30 seconds to perform your tricks as a very small child, but how did you go with that lot, Colin?
1 off, I got 800.
1 off at 800. Alice?
800 as well.
800 for you. Colin, you chose, so how did you do it?
10 plus 6 is 16.
10 plus 6 is 16.
Times 50 is 800.
By the 50 is 800.
So a very direct method. Alice, did you do it the same?
No, slightly different. 7 times 100 is 700.
7 by 100 is 700.
Plus the 50 is 750.
Plus 50 is 750.
And then I did 10 times 5 is 50 and added that on.
10 by 5 is 50. Add that on is 800.
So they are both nice methods, Lily, and they have got to 800, but that is 1 away. Can you take us that 1 closer?
I can, and it was a lot trickier than I initially thought it would be. Now, it's using a bit of tweakage. 100 plus 10 plus 5 by the 7 is 700 plus 70 plus 35, which is 805. And then if you take away the 6 is 799.
It's all in the glory of that first bracket. Very nicely done, Lily. Great stuff. But Colin and Alice only one away, so they scored 7 points each. Colin is on the scoreboard with 7, Alice 21, as we head to our first break. First word mix for tonight, also sane. And the clue, calendar dependent. Back after the break.